Y'all, let's unpack the buzz around Drake, J. Prince, and a whole lot of shady business going down in Houston. Are you ready? Let's go.
It's a fictitious name. They're not a mob. Mob ties is like the white boy from Malibu Most Wanted. J. Prince Jr. and his son, they like the Malibu from Most Wanted. They're not no real gangster.
They did have a meeting and a conversation. J. Prince posted yesterday. As you can all see, I had a good time kicking it with the homies in Utah. On behalf of the little homie, NBA Youngboy, me and my brother Birdman were able to have a real conversation face to face.
Steve, what are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you lined Youngboy NBA up, why the you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that said, hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of around me you could call. Man, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that saying shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your f***ing business, man.
All right, let's break this down, fam. The hip-hop world is buzzing with some serious allegations about Drake and his supposed Houston protector, J. Prince. Now, J. Prince isn't just any old guy. He's been called an extortion mastermind. But here's where it gets really spicy. Rumor has it that J. Prince might have actually turned against Drake. Can you believe it? So, word on the street is that Drake tried to flex his muscles and block any rapper connected to Kendrick Lamar from performing in Houston. He probably thought J. Prince, his supposed right-hand man, would have his back. But oh honey, things didn't go quite as planned. Enter NBA Youngboy, who decided to stir the pot by calling out Drake's alleged mob ties. He didn't stop there. He went after J. Prince too, accusing him of playing childish games and exploiting young artists. The audacity. But wait, there's more. Schoolboy Q, who's tight with Kendrick, jumped into the fray and absolutely dragged the whole checking in process. He called it embarrassing, especially coming from someone like J. Prince, who's been in the game for decades. Schoolboy Q didn't hold back, y'all. He accused J. Prince of trying to squeeze money out of his own people instead of lifting up the community. Talk about a burn!
Checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected.
Now let's take a little history lesson, shall we? This whole extortion racket isn't new, besties. It goes way back to 18th century Italy. Can you imagine? Those local mafias were intimidating business owners, threatening violence unless they paid for protection. It's like a real-life mobster movie. Fast forward to when the mafia hit America, and suddenly cities like Chicago, New York, and Philly were basically under their control. It wasn't long before other street gangs caught on to these shady tactics.
That's how the Italian mob took over America. In the beginning of the 20th century, a huge wave of Italian immigrants started to come to America, and a lot of them had ties to the Italian mafia, who had a major criminal presence in southern Italy. But everything changed overnight when the 18th Amendment, enacted in 1920, prohibited alcoholic beverages in the United States. The Prohibition era turned America dry, but the nation's thirst for alcohol became the mob's fountain of wealth, where figures like Al Capone became famous. Slowly, the mob started to expand their horizon and established gambling, narcotics, and extortion syndicates. In 1931, Lucky Luciano established the Commission, which is a governing body for the mafia that included the heads of the most powerful American-Italian crime families. This organization kept the mafia's hold on organized crime in America. Slowly, the mafia started to invest in legitimate businesses like construction, waste management, and the entertainment industry, which became a medium of money laundering. The RICO Act of 1970 slowly started to dismantle organized crime families by putting leaders on trial for crimes.
When hip-hop exploded onto the scene with all that money floating around, you bet these groups saw dollar signs. Today, extortion is so woven into hip-hop that even the biggest names aren't safe. It's wild, y'all. Let me spill some tea about some high-profile cases. Back in 2011, the FBI dropped some bombshell documents about Tupac's murder investigation. They revealed that the Jewish Defense League, a group the FBI calls a right-wing terrorist organization, was extorting rappers. They were going after big names like Tupac and Eazy-E, threatening their lives and demanding protection money. Can you imagine? The FBI said these folks were making death threats to rappers over the phone and then offering protection for a fee. It's like something out of a crime novel. Fast forward to today, and it's not just old school mafias doing this anymore. Many Black American street gangs have picked up these tactics, seeing it as a way to make some serious cash. In the hip-hop world now, there's this thing called checking in when rappers visit certain cities. It's basically paying for safety, either through security fees or by booking local artists to open for them.
Insinuate we extorting people. Ain't no money in that shit. Real ain't gonna have that no way. You know, check in for what? I mean, I don't want to impose or force myself to embrace nobody. You know, we are respected, and everybody with us, we gonna demand that they be respected. It ain't no trying to extort or trying to force. We don't need that. That's fake love.
Even the biggest stars can't escape this mess. Take Kanye West, for example. He was just chilling at a diner in New York with his friends when some sketchy dudes rolled up, staring him down. Poor Kanye had to hide his bling and keep a low profile until fellow rapper Beanie Sigel, aka the Broad Street Bully, came to save the day. Talk about a close call.
Little house, some dudes was like looking at him sideways at his jewelry or whatever. Yeah. And he started to get kind of nervous, and he called you up.
No, he didn't call me up personally.
Well, somehow it got you.
You know, two ways you could put out the blast. It could go to everybody who was, he put the blast out that he felt threatened.
Right.
Yeah.
And you showed up.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, you let them know that nothing was gonna happen to Kanye.
Nah.
That's not how it went down.
Yeah,
well, no,
I'm saying,
okay,
nothing was gonna happen to him. Not while I was there, nothing was gonna happen to him.
Did you feel that Kanye was being paranoid, or do you think that something might have actually happened with the people that you confronted at that point?
No, he wasn't being paranoid. They had chairs pulled up to his table where he was eating at with his friends, and they wasn't eating.
Oh.
Yeah.
So something was about to happen to Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah, it was real.
It was real.
Yeah, they played the food was cold. There was only a couple bites taken out of them. And it was just like a weight off. Like, hurry up. And when you come out of here, it's going down. So when I got to ask Kanye, yo, do you know this guy right here? It was like, nah, I just pulled the chair from him, you know, and Kanye had his jewelry tucked in on him, take your chain out. And that was like a badge, that Rockefeller chain, like, you don't do that. At least I didn't roll that way. And that was my brother. Like, we was La Familia, we was the family. So taking from him at that time was like taking from me.
How did the guys react when you confronted them?
As they should.
Took a few steps back?
A little more than a few steps.
Now let's talk about Detroit, because they play by their own rules, honey. It's all thanks to Trick Trick's infamous no-fly zone. If you're a rapper heading to Detroit, you better show some respect and pay your dues, or you'll face some serious consequences. It's like a rap game version of The Godfather.
Because I don't understand, what is the no-fly zone? What does that mean? Because I mean, I've come to Detroit and had marvelous times.
We shot movies together in Detroit.
So, but what does this no-fly zone mean?
It was for record labels.
Okay.
When record labels used to have like street teams, and that was back in the A&R days. You know, they would have a promo team, take the artists, you know, A&R take the artists to different locations, and it was like they were just coming to Detroit and wasn't picking up nothing. It was like they would charge the local artists to perform. They would charge the local artists to perform, and the local artists would bring 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people sometimes to this event that will pay to get in. It's like, how is you charging them and they bringing you revenue?
Wow.
You know,
wow.
And then, you know, when it kept happening with the little homies and they was just doing it because they got money, like, you know, that, man.
Meaning paying to
it was just
their own stage, technically.
Exactly.
Right.
And it was radio as well. Like, you know, the Summer Jams events didn't consist of mostly Detroit artists. They consist of everybody from everywhere else, and the Detroit artists would get charged.
Wow.
And I was like, that. Stop everything. Now the only entertainment around this gonna be what's here.
Right.
So we're gonna get acquainted with what we got around these corners, and then we'll start letting a few trinklets in one at a time. And if anybody violate it, we'll deal with that accordingly, you know.
Rick Ross learned this the hard way back in 2014. He was all set to headline a Summer Jam event, but his plans got shut down real quick by the local enforcers of the no-fly zone. We're talking about 100 locals blocking his entourage, basically telling him he wasn't welcome in the city. Ross tried to play it cool later, saying he could visit Detroit anytime, but come on, we all know that experience left a mark.
Going on with you in Detroit, there was a show that you were supposed to perform, right? And you made, you know, you referenced it on your Twitter.
Right.
You made light of it. But now it's like the headlines are crazy. The blogs are like, Rick Ross is fearful of his life. He can't come to Detroit anymore.
Right.
So no fly zone. What's happening? What's going on with that?
Somebody is misleading our like, yo, we went out to Detroit. You know, we had a gig to go to. You know, so the team head over, you know, to the gig. And, you know, I got my team, so my team is always in front of me, you know, just to make it clear. I never even made it to the venue.
Okay.
I never made it to the venue. Me and whoever this gentleman is, we never crossed paths. He never spoke with Rose. And I expect him to clarify that. I expect him, you know, to tell y'all, we never talked to Rose. We never spoke to MMG. But anyway, you know, the caravan on the way to the venue, and, you know, they get there and someone has locked the gates to the venue, padlocked or however they did it. The gate was locked. It was gentlemen supposed to be here. This I didn't see myself.
Okay.
It was supposed to be gentlemen here who were talking with the police, and it was very peaceful. Okay. You know, for my team that made it, you know,
there before you.
Right. You know, they didn't even know it was a problem. You know, and so. You know, that's the promoter's job, you know what I mean? So
to guarantee that it's
right,
a safe situation.
Right. So, you know, the promoter himself say, you know, let's get it fixed. We say, let's go to the casino. Shout out to Greektown Casino. So we went back to the casino. And, you know, that's where we chilled. And that's when I got the story that was supposed to be a mob gang. And, you know, that's totally false.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I let that breathe for a whole day, just expecting somebody to step up and say that's not true. No one spoke to MMG. No one.
So what happens now? Like, do you go back to Detroit?
I mean,
like,
you know, for me personally,
because your fans are out there. They want to see you.
I mean, for me personally, you know, of course it ain't personal because I was paid and I was paid well. You understand? And I just feel bad for those kids that stood out there 6 hours,
right,
that wanted to see Ricky Rose and couldn't see the boss because someone padlocked the gate. You know, so for whatever reason they did this, I don't understand it. Because if it's somebody that's supposed to be from the jungle, in the jungle you don't lock the lions out. You let the lions in and lock them in. That's when you get your confrontation, if that's what you want, and that's when you get your...
But Detroit isn't the only place with these unwritten rules. In East Atlanta, DaBaby had his own run-in during a video shoot. A local gang tried to intimidate him, accusing him of trespassing on their turf. But DaBaby, he wasn't having any of it.
What's happening? Oh, yeah. Oh. Ain't nobody signed up for permission slip for me. Huh? Oh, yeah. I ain't know that. Okay. Okay. Look cool. You said what? Nah. I don't know nothing I ain't get told about. Nah. Ain't none of that going on. Look, like I say, I fuck with all the little youngers out there. That's cool. But they're cool. Hey, well, they're cool. They ain't gotta fuck with me, but I ain't signing no permission slip nowhere. That ain't what I do. Hey, look. If you want to come politic, you could have came in politics. Hey, that's all good, big homie. They said he could have just came in politics. You know, that was real dude. I ain't no peewee. But check out what I'm saying. I ain't no peewee though, so it don't go like that. It gotta be respect. It gotta be respect. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. It gotta be respect. Look, nah. Y'all just come, y'all get respect. Y'all would've got the utmost respect. You see what I say? What's good with y'all? Y'all alright? Nah, okay, let's check it out. So y'all come with respect, y'all would've got respect. But it ain't no, come on, don't do it like that. Just don't do it like that. You feel me? Don't do it like that. You come with respect and be respect. Yes, straight up. What you mean? Ask little brother know exactly who I am. He just told you. You know what check? Whoever told you I was over there shooting the video, ask them who I am. I don't answer questions. I don't sign permissions. I don't do that, big homie. You feel me? You could have came and chopped it. Okay, we gonna see. We gonna see.
Hey, get charged to the video.
Where is it at?
He set this bitch off out here. Kelly, y'all have to tackle quick.
Let's do it.
Straight up.
Cool. In the back. Same thing. Come on, Kiki. Ain't no next time I don't check in, bro. Look, like I say, next time you just say, hey, come holler at me, bro, and I come holler at you. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna never check in. Hey, I'm not checking in nowhere. You hear me? Okay, that's what's up. That's straight. Okay, say no more. Okay, I see you. Well, that's right.
DaBaby later spilled the tea on Vlad TV, saying the situation could have gone south real quick, but our boy stood his ground even though he was outnumbered and everyone else was scared. That's some real gangsta stuff right there.
The ground.
Okay.
I mean, granted, when you look at that situation, with so many cameras around, I doubt anything would have happened. But then again, people do act stupid. And you know, egos come into play and so forth. Did you feel that it could have gone wrong?
Yeah, your guy was on their side. You know what I mean? It worked out perfect for him. You know, it worked out perfect for him. I really had just ordered, like, you seen like that film, like all them people out there, like the film crew. Yeah, I had just came down, it was just me and my brother. But I had just ordered like pieces for like the whole film crew and shit, so everybody could, you know, and everybody could eat and shit, you know what I mean? And I go grab the pieces and shit, bro. I went to grab the pieces for the whole film crew. And like I had on like little shorts and shit, so, you know, I had to lighten up. I had on little shorts in order for me to do my little dance and shit and, you know, do what I do. Like I had to lighten up, so it worked out perfect for him, you know. As everybody probably know now.
Well, I didn't see any security.
Nah.
I didn't even see really.
It was just me. Everybody else was doing it, was there to do a job. Right. I had just met them that day. Everybody else that was there, like they don't, you know, they was there to do a job. They was scared as all them niggas was scared. Everybody out there was scared.
It looked like a scary situation. It looked like it was about to go left.
Yeah.
But they ultimately walked away.
Right on time, too.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about J. Prince, the man at the center of all this drama. He's been described as both a kingpin and Drake's longtime protector, and he's been linked to extortion schemes for decades. But it's only recently that people are really starting to pay attention. One of the big incidents went down in July 2020. NBA Youngboy's Houston residence got robbed, and many people saw it as a not-so-subtle extortion attempt. J. Prince publicly offered to return the stolen items, but NBA Youngboy wasn't playing that game. He made it crystal clear on Instagram Live that he wasn't about that life. This whole thing happened right after Youngboy had publicly dissed Drake, which made people think J. Prince's offer was a revenge move. After all, Drake was like a son to J. Prince, right? The beef between NBA Youngboy and Drake goes way back. At first, Drake was all friendly, even promising Youngboy a feature. But then, in a twist worthy of a soap opera, Drake pulled back and aligned himself with Lil Durk instead. Talk about drama. Fast forward to May 2023, and Youngboy dropped a bombshell with his diss track, The Industry too. He didn't hold back, calling out Drake and other industry big shots for their shady moves. Youngboy spilled all the tea about how Drake, after a FaceTime call, told him he couldn't work with him because of his ties with Lil Durk. Ouch. Just days after Youngboy released this track, J. Prince stepped in as Drake's protector. He posted a photo of himself with Youngboy and Birdman with a caption that basically said, "Back off or else." J. Prince made it clear that Drake was like a son to him, and any attacks on Drake wouldn't be taken lightly. But the drama didn't stop there, besties. A few months later, Drake released a track called 8 AM in Charlotte, which seemed to throw some serious shade at NBA Youngboy. Youngboy wasn't about to let that slide. He took to Instagram with a fiery rant against Drake, calling him fake and telling him to try again. The claws were out. Things took an even darker turn in July 2020 when NBA Youngboy's Airbnb in Houston was broken into. The thieves didn't just take any old stuff, they made off with Youngboy's flashy flashy chains and the keys to his $350,000 Bentley, they even had the nerve to post a video online showing off the stolen goods. Here's where it gets really sus. The burglar reportedly demanded a $30,000 ransom for Youngboy's stuff. Many people thought this was an extortion attempt orchestrated by J. Prince. And instead of laying low, J. Prince took to Instagram to announce he had recovered Youngboy's chains and keys, inviting him to come get them. It's like he was playing Robin Hood, but nobody was buying it. Youngboy saw right through what he believed was J. Prince's ploy to extort more money from him. He publicly called out J. Prince, accusing him of being a shady figure who shakes down every rapper who visits Houston under the guise of checking in. But it's not just Youngboy who's got beef with J. Prince. Veteran rappers Cam'ron and Mache recently threw some shade his way too. They accused J. Prince of trying to set up Youngboy and of letting Drake get humiliated by Kendrick Lamar. The tea is scalding, y'all. One of the most heartbreaking incidents tied to all this drama was the tragic death of Takeoff, the late Migos rapper. He was killed in Houston in November 2022, allegedly while under the protection of J. Prince's son, Jazz Prince. Many fans think Kendrick Lamar referenced this in his diss track, Euphoria, warning J. Prince and his son to stay out of Kendrick's beef with Drake. So, what's the real story behind J. Prince and these extortion rumors? Did he actually try to shake down NBA Youngboy just because Youngboy called out Drake? The debate is still raging and opinions are all over the place. One thing's for sure though, people are getting tired of these old school tactics. Fans are calling for an end to these outdated and divisive practices, saying they're old, stupid, and played out. Many believe that figures like J. Prince are acting like a cancer within hip-hop, hurting the next generation instead of helping them succeed. Whew, that's a lot of drama to unpack, isn't it? From extortion schemes to beefs between rappers, the hip-hop world is like a real-life soap opera. But remember, besties, these are all allegations and rumors. We don't know the full story, and it's always important to take everything with a grain of salt. What do you think about all this drama? Do you believe J. Prince is really running an extortion racket, or is it all just smoke and mirrors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest tea. Until next time, stay fabulous and stay curious. Goodbye.